All right, guys. Well, we're in my truck. Regular cab. It's a 2020 F450. It's got, you know, the buckets like a, what is it? A 40-20-40 would make the equation work out right. Well, I've had a factory console for this for a long time. I don't know if it's going to fit because of the hump back there. Couldn't find a video about it. And I bought, it's a blow-through console. I don't need the blow-through, so I didn't buy the vents in the dash, but I bought the new dash pieces, the harness to go through to make the connector work and all that. Well, so then I thought, since I haven't been able to find a video, maybe I'll make a video. So what I've done so far, I did some of the tedious work. There's a bolt in here, a bolt in there you have to take out. You can get that with a 13mm wobble. That one is straight, obviously. Slide the seat forward. You have one in here, and then over on the driver's side, that was passenger. You have two bolts over here, and I'll pull my console out here in a minute and show you guys what I'm talking about. But there's a bolt here, and then a bolt that's back here, back here in the back. I need to grab a couple things that are going to fly everywhere out of the console, and I'm going to attempt to just lift it up. You used to have to pull the seats. Well, it'd be easier to pull one of the seats and to roll the console out, but I'm going to pick it up and go over the seat, I think. See how bad I screw everything up. But I've got, you know, like my pad of paper that I write on some knick-knack stuff in there. So let me get some of the flying debris out of there. I kind of got all my stuff out from behind the seat. I'm going to put this seat all the way back and then fold it all the way back. Oh, and then I took, so there's a little seat belt for your jump seat. Well, there's a little tiny buckle looking thing over on the other side. I'll show you when I get the console out. It's attached to the console. You just pop the plastic off of it and you squeeze this little red thing and it releases your seat belt. Because if not, if you take that off, it looks ugly, and then you have to get in there and take the tensioner out to get the belt off. So I'm just going to leave mine like that. I don't care. Anyway, so let me see if I can get this junk out of here and get the console out without killing something. And then I'll go get my other console out of the shop and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, well, we've got the console out. I'm kind of laying in here. I was assessing, hopefully the brackets I bought, hopefully they bolt in the same spot as these factory brackets for the console. But my thought was maybe I need to grab the console. I've got it behind me in a box. I'm gonna just kind of sit it in here because it looks like there's not enough space to fit it. Yes, I can pull a tape measure out, but sometimes this stuff just doesn't measure good. I'm gonna see if I can get it in here without destroying my dash. So I hope you guys are kind of in a good spot. I got you like on a little tripod thing. I don't know. Let's find out. I know somebody's gonna say that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Well, I want the storage space, and there's nowhere good to grab this. There we go. Maybe ish. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I think it'll fit down in there. It'll physically fit in the spot. Boy, it'd be awesome if those brackets would bolt up to that, but I know they're not the same thing. Okay. It'll physically fit in there. Then I'll have extra cup holders back here in the back. This is what I'm after. Huge space. Better cup holders. The cup holders have like little springy things, four-sided. Mine, they kind of suck. It's got this nice big deep pocket here. It's got this, you know, I'll show you guys. So look at all this space. So you've got that fancy thing, really nice deep cup holders, lots of space, way more than that thing. Then we have 2 extra cup holders. My thought was, and I know some guys are gonna be like, that's stupid. You'll say that a lot. So I like cup holders. I'd almost put a second cup holder there, and this dimensionally looks the same. That looks dimensionally the same. I wonder if I could take this pocket out and put that pocket back there. We may actually try that, because you guys might not know this, but Ford is somewhat lazy like everybody else. So they like to make things the same, but make them look a little different. Just like this, you know, the floor pan in this truck. You would think this console wouldn't fit in here. Well, me knowing Ford as well as I do, I bet you the console fits in here. We're just gonna have to figure it out. All right, well, hopefully you can see well enough. I haven't taken one of these newer dashes apart. Let's take it apart down low where we won't see. Get it to start popping here. Wonder if I have to. May have to take this bottom trim piece off. Probably do need to take that bottom trim off. I'm taking this bottom trim off the dash. You guys probably can't see what I'm doing here. If I had to guess, that comes off. I don't know. Let's get the side panel off first. I could get it up here a lot easier than I thought. Actually, here. Pop. I know you don't have a screw in here. You know what? We have new panels. We'll look at the new panel in a minute, but I'll show you what I'm doing in here. If you guys can see, need to pull this panel off, I would assume. And I may need to order a new panel for that. I don't know. I can't get that one out to be over there. But what I was attempting to do is pull these. There's a tab down on the bottom, but I'm going to go grab the new piece. I've got the new piece here, so we'll see where the attachments are on the back. But we need to get this piece off, and this piece off. Because that it all gets replaced by the blow-through console. So give me a second, I'll get this stuff off, and then I'll show you how I took it off, but I don't want to struggle with the camera. I'm knocking the camera over or something, so give me a few minutes. All right, I know my truck is dusty and dirty, I know. I live on a gravel road, guys. I got to go down 1,300 feet of gravel road a day to leave, and then 1,300 to come back. And then I work in the dirt. So I clean it, and 3 days later it looks like this. Anyways, these are my new trim panels. I went ahead and got my new trim panels in. You have to take that bottom piece off. Obviously, you pop this forward, or you pop it all the way off. And there were 2 bolts. There were 2 bolts down here. And I may go ahead and put those back in, because that probably holds, yeah, that holds that dash. So I'm going to put those bolts back in. But you had to take those off, and then there were 2 up underneath here. And actually, you might not had to take those off, but I could have sworn that you had to. Anyways, and then it looks like, I think I'm going to put this piece back on, because I think the console goes over this. I don't think it goes through this, but I'm going to look at it again and see. But I think maybe it doesn't. I'll have to look. Maybe my new side panels actually might go up here. Hang on. Let's go look. Let's look at our side panels here. Is this a side panel? No, that's trash. This is a side panel. That explains more. Okay, so this is this one. So you do take this off. I need to take that off. And there's a screw. There's a screw under there, and then you can take the rest of this off. The other side just popped off. So, let's see, that'll cover that vent, cover that. Okay. So we'll set that over here. Hopefully it doesn't blow away. We've got another new side panel, and I'll give you guys part numbers of everything that I actually used after we're done. Here's my factory dash pieces. All this stuff is going back. The harness is already on the console. I flipped the console over, and it already has a harness on it. So this harness actually plugs in to the truck. Well, my truck doesn't have it. I don't have a plug down here anywhere. I was looking around because a lot of times they'll have something taped out, and I really didn't see or feel anything, so I don't think that they already have it wired up. I thought that I was getting lucky there, but anyways, the only thing I'm going to lose function of is the cigarette lighter inside the console. I think I can put this is my USB and my sink and stuff. I think I can get that wiring to go over there into that console after I get it popped on. So let me get these screws back in. These are the bolts. These are the ones that went down here. I want to make sure the dash is still attached good down there at the bottom. Otherwise you'll have squeaks. You don't want squeaks and rattles. And like I said, that's all popped back on. I got my terminals back in and everything else. So let's get that panel off, and hopefully that console slides in there and the bolts line up. It looked like it would, and I'll have decent space behind it still. So let me do that real quick and we'll be back. Sorry for these quick little updates, but it's hard to find anywhere that the camera will fit in here easily, so give me a minute. All right, so what I have figured out is it will fit. Your factory wiring will fit, and your factory plug will fit in there for your charger. Now, if somebody has to work on this at the dealership, I'm going to have to tell them, you're going to have to pull that plug out, or this terminal out. You're going to have to get it out first and unplug it, because you can't slide this console back. It doesn't have long enough wiring. But you can fish it up into the hole as you're putting it in, and then you can get the wiring up here far enough to plug in your terminal and then snap it in. I just did it. Now, the bolts that used to hold your big console in are bigger bolts, okay? So the two bolts that you pull out of this panel, there's two bolts up here. All right, that is this bolt and another bolt that I already have in over there. So what these brackets do is they don't use the big bolts anymore. They use the little bolts. Normally these are 8mm head. These just happen to be 10mm. The ones that I have, that I have in my shop are 8mm. So it'll have different bolts in it. You won't be able to tell because these two are going to be up here and up there. And then my non-factory bolts, but factory style, are going the back two holes. And then it's installed. So the only thing I lost function of, and I'm going to try to get, I need to get this plug. I need this female as a pigtail or a Deutsch connector or something. So I'm going to try to find it, because if I can do that, I can actually make me a I can make a pigtail that goes from here to the wiring harness. The wiring harness is down there, and I could tie into it up here. You know, I've got another cigarette lighter plug-in up here that I lost. I lost this one. I don't have a way to get it back. That is going to be the one in my console, and then actually there's one back there. So my thought is there's a big connector under the console over there that is the harness for the entire console, and it powers the cigarette lighters and everything else. Because I know there's terminals. Yeah, see, you got another cigarette lighter back here for, you know, back passengers, and I don't know what that is. That looks like a couple USBs. I probably wouldn't get the USBs, but I could use this cigarette lighter and plug in a charger and throw my phone or a GoPro or something right here. I can put GoPros there and charge them off the cigarette lighter because I've got a dual port for it. So my thought is if I can get this female connector basically as a pigtail or something I can make, you know, put Deutsch connectors on and make it, I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna plug it into the factory plug that is for this, that's behind the dash right now, that's not being used. It doesn't plug into anything. There's no cigarette lighter in there, or, well, I say cigarette lighter, there's no charging port. I still have this 12 volt here, so we're good, and then I've got a USB in there, so I'm way good. I've got a dual charger I could put right in there, so it's not a thing. I mean, I kind of miss losing that one, but it is what it is. If I wanted to blow through console, that's what you have to sacrifice. Now, if I find the pigtail, I'll let you guys know. But it does fit. You have to buy this piece, that piece, and then the sail panels, or whatever you want to call it, the trim panels for the side. You do not have to buy the brackets. Your factory brackets for that console will work. The holes line up perfectly. And this was a blow-through console I bought close to a year ago when I bought the truck. I thought, you know what, that'd be awesome. They were brand new takeouts. The thing's like brand new. I mean, they said it may have some scuffs and stuff on this from sitting around when I bought it. It looks really good. It's been sitting in a box in my shop, actually in my shipping container. Anyways, and I almost told you guys to put those bolts in there. Don't put the bolts in there yet. The console actually bolts into there. And actually, that may be, no, I should have one more set of those. I may have to go get more of these. Actually, this one might have come, oh, it did come out of there. So this one will go back in here. That's the one that originally came out of there. So we might as well put that one back in there and make that look factory. And I'll have to get a socket on it. It's wanting to kick sideways or something. Anyways, I can't get my hand in there. It feels like it started there, but I don't think it is. Anyways, so you're gonna need 4 of these. And then that way you can put one here and back there. I couldn't tell you what size these are. It's the small Ford bolts. Are you ready for it? Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Everything works. Everything fits good. The only thing that doesn't work, I guess, is that cigarette lighter. Or the back one, but I have a solution for it. I just have to find that pigtail. Fits really nice. So I bought this piece. Because it did not come with the console. Obviously, I bought the console. You'll need 4 of those bolts. I can try to figure out what size they are, maybe put it in the comments. You'll need 4 of those because your factory bolts that hold your factory console, your jump seat, will not fit. And I just noticed it's kind of weird. I guess it's supposed to be that way. No. My console might be messed up. I'm not pulling that thing out now. I just noticed that. I think that plastic piece is popped in there a little bit. Let's see if we can get it without breaking it. I don't want to break it. That seems pretty substantial. Seems pretty solid, but I don't think it's supposed to be that way. Anyways, we'll mess with that off camera because there might be some cussing involved, because I just got this all put together and I think I might have to pull that apart because my OCD might make it go bad. But plenty of room for seat belts, everything. You didn't lose a lot of space at all in the back. You know, maybe a little, but that's super manageable. Actually, the factory console came to here and it kind of went straight up, so really you didn't lose a whole lot of room back here putting the blow through in. Let's go look at the parts. Let's see, these are all the parts that actually went into the truck, and then the rest of the stuff is take back stuff. I don't remember which panel's which, but this was little box. This was maybe the upright piece, and I think this was the upright piece, and then these were the cell panels or something. But here's your part numbers. There's one of them. There's your other part number. Another part number. You might have to pause the video and that part number was used. I used all 4 of those part numbers. You'll have this left over and that other little piece left over, and then jump in your driver's seat. My gosh, this is awesome. You guys don't even know. This is really awesome. I mean, that'll probably stay open all the time. Look at all the storage. You got storage here. Oh, I guess I didn't get that trim panel all the way popped on, but you have to get both those trim panels. I'll have to get that one popped on. It's not popped all the way on. But tons and tons of room now. Tons of storage. I've got a regular cab, and I have a fair amount of tools that go in the back. This is going to be so much better. The cup holders alone are so much better. But anyways, hopefully it helped you guys. I know I'm kind of glitchy right now. I got a bunch of stuff going on. I probably need to find a good way to get that into the console, because there's tons of room and it can come out here. That's actually for my spreader, but it was real tight in there. But I'm just gonna lay it along here and wrap it up under my seat for now. But I'm gonna try to play with a bracket that's in there. There's a bracket I didn't want the wire to get cut on, so unfortunately this might have to come back out, but I'll probably do it when I do that cigarette lighter thing, because I'm bound and determined to get that figured out. But I absolutely love this thing. Holy cow, Batman. I need to get that little tray that goes in here. But anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Hopefully it helped you. You can put a blow-through console in a regular cab truck that has a 40-20-40 in it. It's bolted in. You can move the truck with it, and almost everything functions in it. Like I say, I'll see if the light in the little pin thing, oh, that won't work because the only thing I have plugged in is there. Anyways, it's totally fine. I am totally glad just to have the console in. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.